To order. We'll start with the minutes from the previous meeting. Hopefully everybody's had a chance to review them.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the February 18th, 2025 Whitley County Drainage Board meetings as presented.
Second.
And properly moved and seconded that we accept the minutes from our previous meeting. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Minutes are accepted. Looks like we've got a few minutes. We'll go ahead and we'll jump to the consent for permanent structure for Brightspeed.
Okay. Brightspeed would like to install some fiber line under the MOWREY drain. It is located right here at the star northeast of the intersection with SR14 and SR9 along 400 East. And let's just go along the road there under the drain.
Any known issues with it?
They're boring it, I assume.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 6 feet under the natural bottom.
Okay. What's you guys' wishes?
I'll move to approve the request for CFSP for Brightspeed on 461-000A MOWREY J1A as presented.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded that we approve the consent for permanent structure for Brightspeed on the MOWREY J1A. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes.
Okay, the second one is up north Tri-Lakes area. Pretty much right at the Noble County line. It's taking a long time to load and label today, I'm sorry. But it's right here. There we go, there's the yellow box. Just want to build a fence around the property and it'll cross the main E twice and branch one time there. The yellow line is the proposed fence. They said they will install gates over the drain so that we can access it if we need to. And we'll locate it and put their posts as far away as possible so there's no risk to.
So no known issues then? What's you guys' wishes?
I wish to approve high tensile fence crossing on the E number 1.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the fence for Julie Gillespie as presented on the E drain and the non-tax drain as well. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. So we got a minute. Is there anything else real quick?
We could probably talk about DEMONEY for a second. Between last meeting and this meeting, we got a Freedom of Information or public records request from an attorney at Gordon and Associates on behalf of Ed Mulefield. Jenny and I worked on kind of starting to gather those records together, and then I had some of the stuff already on my server, so I called the guy and sent it to him and talked through a lot of the mechanics of what it is in essence they were asking, and after a couple days they actually withdrew that request.
Okay.
So, I mean, unfortunately Jenny had done some of the work already. We didn't get paid for it, but ultimately the gist I got from the messages that issue is probably dead at this point. They got legal advice, and that legal advice was what we expected it to be, which is that it was done properly, and if they want it reconstructed, they're going to pay for it, and it's $100,000 plus. So,
Okay.
the fact they're not here today, I guess, also suggests to me that that's probably a dead issue at this point, thankfully.
Sounds good. Okay, it's after 9:05. We'll go ahead and we'll hearing for the 279-000B HIVELY D drain. It is currently assessed at a rate of $6 an acre and a $50 minimum. We've sent out notices and proposed a $40 per acre and a $200 minimum on that drain, which would up the annual collection from $5,683.21 up to $32,246.84. Excuse me. You want to go ahead and talk about the drain, please, Max, and let us know what
Yeah.
work it's going to be needing?
We've just had some property owners that are wanting the tile replaced. They've had multiple suck holes, blowouts. We still have some flooding issues on Anderson Road. Our first phase, I believe, would just be 1,350 foot, a 30-inch. We'll start at the Blue River and go up from there. And then we will have to cross Anderson Road and continue to the north, probably for multiple phases, because we need to get up. So we are having some issues up in, let's see. Okay.
Blue River, Anderson.
There you go. So once we go where it goes north and then it starts heading east, we're gonna look into replacing that also. So,
Okay. I know there was at least one written objection on this tile, so if we will open up to public comment, I guess, at this point, and just ask that you come forward and speak into the microphone so it's on record if you have something to say on this drain, positive or negative. Just state your name and address too, if you can. So.
My name is Chandra Sowers, and my address is 4045 East 500 North. And I think we did send in, my husband and I sent in a letter. Our biggest concern is just that the tile ends at the back of our property, and there's a patch of woods right there. So if you guys come in to replace that, you're gonna destroy our entire patch of woods. So we were hoping that we could propose maybe if the tile could stop at a lower elevation at the edge of our property.
Okay.
If that would be, I mean, I'm not really sure, we've never had to deal with this before, we've only lived there for almost 2 years, so.
Sure.
But that was just our biggest concern with getting this letter, that, I mean, the back of our property definitely floods and.
Is this where?
Yeah, right there to the right, that patch of woods there, Sowers, Austin.
okay.
Okay, so you're just.
So we were just proposing that if the tile could possibly go to the edge of our property.
We'll have to see if there's any other tiles tied in, probably from the Henny property and whatever else is there.
Yeah.
If there are any tiles, you know, we can't cut them off, but there's
Right.
a possibility we could maybe move around the woods and go
That's
through an
kind of
edge.
what we were just hoping,
Or-
because, you know, that's
Yeah.
very important to us. We have some blue heron cranes that are back there a lot, and, you
Yeah,
know,
we're
we just.
a long ways away from that point,
And that's what
but
I had called, and they said it'd be 8 to 10 years,
Yeah.
you know, by
Okay.
the time you guys even get down there,
Yeah.
but we're hoping to live.
But no,
there
we can definitely
forever,
look into
so.
that to see if we can
Yeah.
end it or reroute maybe to the north.
And that's kind of, you know, with all the fields
Yep.
around, there's,
Yep.
should be enough room that hopefully when we get there, we can
Yep.
work something out, but we just.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Our biggest concern
Yeah,
was our
we'll work
time.
with you any way we can, obviously. Sure, absolutely.
That's awesome. That's all.
Yep, okay.
Yep.
Is there anyone else want to speak on the drain?
So Wyatt and I are landowners. We have a lot of water going into that,
Okay.
our property, and this farm has been our family since 1837, so we want to keep farming it. But we're getting a lot of flooding the last several years and picking the crops out, so we'd like to see something happen. They did work on it 10 years ago or so,
Okay,
but it didn't solve all the problems, so.
sure.
So we know it's gonna cost a lot of money, but we wanna keep the farm, and so we would like to keep it as fixed as possible.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sir, could you maybe just state your name
Yeah,
real quick?
what was your name again for the record?
Linville.
Thank you.
My wife and
Thank you.
we're the landowners.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have an idea of what the total cost of this project's going to be?
I don't think I
We have
have.
the first phase, and then we thought it would be about 4 phases or so. So it's gonna be a couple $100,000.
4 phases starting at the river, you start the river and go work west.
So the reason we do it in phases obviously is to collect the money, but then also there's a statute where it can be collected for 4 years, and then you can't collect it anymore unless there's a need, or, you know, you have to spend the money on that phase. So we don't collect a tile unless there's a need, but there's, you know, there's a need arose that obviously there's flooding and there's crops being lost, and especially when it goes over a road, there's public safety involved there as well. So we don't like collecting taxes. I mean, you know, yeah, I know, we're on the same, we're on the same side of that. We don't like to pay them either, but I mean, if there's a need and a benefit, then we, you know, that's our job to assess and evaluate and see what the benefit is and for the dollars that need to be spent, so.
Okay, I'm Gary Ingram.
Okay.
Got 11 acres at the corner of 350 and 500.
Okay.
And my only comment was, my main focus would be that there's a termination date, and you said 4 years. So that's the first I've heard of it. You're going to collect, my concern was you're going to collect 32 grand for internally.
No. So if there's a project, and a large project like this, you know, it's hard to get all the funding at once, and we can't in 4 years, because, you know, we'd have to collect $200,000 in 4 years, and that'd be a huge assessment. So they try to step it down as much as we can, and also consider bringing the contractor in to do the work costs money as well. So if we do 10 phases, you got to pay extra to bring somebody in every time to work on it. So we're trying to maximize the work while they're there, you know, and not charge you guys any more than what we have to, you know, on this particular tile. So
Yeah, you can imagine that. Of course, I didn't know until just a few minutes ago that Lynn requested the work. He's carrying the bulk of the cost.
Yep. Yeah, and that's
I'm complaining about $400.
Sure, and that's
And it will be
That $400
long.
was a 500% increase in my levy.
right. Yep.
So I was concerned about when it was determined.
It'll be longer than 4 years, but to get the first phase, it'll probably roughly be 4 years. I don't know how long it'll be to get the first phase collected.
We're gonna be able to, well, we're gonna be able to move right away because we already have $29,000
Okay.
in there. We'll
Okay.
go and, I think we're gonna collect, and then we'll be able to get started and
Okay.
do the first phase. But we will be collecting for several years, I think possibly 8 to 10 years at that.
Usually the
rate.
4 years is
So
to do a
there's no
phase.
end. So you're not defining a termination date.
No, there will be an end, and once the work is done, but we can only collect 4 years, and they'll do that work, is what I meant by the 4 years. So we can't collect 10 years worth of money and then spend it all. There can only be 4 years
Well,
collected. So.
Yeah, because that's, the way that works is your successors here, you'll see a pot of money there that's been collected, and they're gonna spend it, whether it's necessary or not.
Well,
Still has
all
to
the
go
money
in
that
there.
all the
A lot of
money
money.
all the money that's collected can only be spent on this drain. So that each drain has its own
Yeah,
fund.
I'm aware of that. I've been there 34 years. I haven't
Okay.
seen any work done on the drain except for Will Coxon did the east end there.
Okay.
And they passed in across 500 north at one point to Henny's place there.
Okay.
Well, Henny hasn't patched it.
So we'll keep going, and then we'll, as soon as when we get our finished product, then we'll stop, or we might collect 1 year to have money in there for repairs or anything on the bottom end, which we shouldn't
You
be.
guys all in agreement on this price, 32 grand a year? That's a lot.
Oh, I
It's
mean,
expensive to do anything anymore.
anything anymore is so expensive, and
No,
and
it's-
it's- yeah.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Well, what is 30-inch tile a foot?
Yeah, what is the tile per foot?
Is that what
You
you're
guys-
saying?
Well, you're starting with
What
30
is that
inch.
tile, 100 years old?
Plus, I'm sure.
Plus,
Yeah, plus,
Oh,
yeah.
Easily.
It's probably 100 years old.
I don't know, top of my
You know,
head.
almost
Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head. It's $23 a foot maybe.
So every foot of tile is
Yeah.
25 to 30 bucks.
And then with your backfill and your labor, and
Contractors lost their minds, they're not pricing it.
Yeah.
we've had really good luck with our contractors. They've all bid pretty aggressively, so.
I've seen some contractors just ridiculous lately.
There are,
Like,
but we send ours
really
out,
broke the country up.
and they've really been good here. to us, I believe.
Yeah,
So
we bid it out, and we, we try to
Okay.
make the money go as far as we can,
That's
so.
my complaint for what's worth. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Any further discussion from the public? I guess seeing none, I'll turn to the board, see what they're.
Mr. Chairman, I would move that we increase the rate to $40 per acre at $200 minimum on the 279-00B HIVELY D drain to get this project started.
Second. It's been properly moved and seconded that we accept the proposed amount at $40 per acre at $20 minimum, or excuse me, $200 minimum on the 279-000B HIVELY D drain. Is there any further discussion from the board? Seeing none, we shall proceed to vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes.
And now is this effective for next year, 26?
2026 will be the first year.
Be the first year.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll proceed on. We'll go ahead and we'll proceed on. Looks like one of our let and bid jobs, I believe.
I don't remember who handles this. You or I?
What's that?
We talked about this.
I believe you do.
That's all yours. Okay, so we had a couple jobs go out that were let jobs. They were awarded to the drain Alley's J, which is dipping 5,000 feet. It collects $7,800 a year. We had 12,000 on hand. The winning labor bid went to LI Excavating at $5,500.
We need a motion on that, or?
Yeah,
Okay.
we do separate.
Okay. Okay. Well, it was presented that the winning labor bid was the 5,500 on this drain. Is there a motion to accept that?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we accept the winning labor quote for this drain. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes.
Then we had the other one that went out, which is the HINEN P. It's going to be 4,500 foot. And it went to LI Excavating also at $4,275.
Is this, we had one a while back that was quite a bit under the other bids, and we actually verified that they knew what they were bidding on.
Yep.
Are you confident that?
So LI is the one that also got the Blue River. I actually spoke to them on Friday about the Blue River, and I knew these were coming up. So they have the Blue River, they have the Van Meter right now, and then they'll have these other two. So they still only have 4 jobs in our county. They do excellent work. Yeah, I don't have any doubts
your
with them,
reservations?
so I think they're great contractors, so.
Fortune
Okay. Well, as it was presented on the HINEN P, they've won the bid for LI Excavating at $4,275. What's the wish of the board?
So move we accept their bid for the 278-00A HINEN P bid.
Second. Been moved and seconded that we accept the winning labor bid to LI Excavating on the HINEN P drain for $4,275. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. Looks like we've already covered the other business, I believe. Is there any other business that we need to talk about?
Yeah, I'll throw something in there. This is gonna be other business, using your report, doesn't matter, but, so last Thursday, Max and I met with the town of Churubusco and their consultant, DLZ. They are moving forward with their community crossing road projects. And they're gonna be here, I think this is Weston here. They're going to resurface all of Weston, and as a part of it, they are proposing to replace the wrap drain within the limits of their paving project. And so we met with them to talk about what our plans were and if they can move forward. And we said yes, and they'll turn in a privately funded replacement packet for our records and move forward. So.
Good.
Yeah. Has there been a lot of work done in that area that we know that that's where it's at, or?
They did some work to locate the tile, and we've done some work to locate the tile. So
We would eventually be going through there, but now they're gonna pay for it all, so.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
great news.
Yeah. Okay. Any further other business? I guess we'll jump down any more on the engineer's report.
no, sorry.
Okay, all right, no problem. All right, Max, what do you got for field work?
Okay, so I guess I'll just go to the GOBLE E15. We was able to get out there and get everything surveyed, and we have our profile sheets done. We're just going to get ready to send that out here in the next week. Then we'll have that job be sent out for a bid job also. I believe it's around 2,000 foot, 24 inch, I believe. So we have that, and then our next, the Cox J drain 089-000B, Jason Doctor, Tom Bernhard has requested tile replacement. There's numerous suck holes out there. It's broke down. The tile length is 13,500 feet. The first phase of it would be 2,000 feet starting at the bottom end of 36 inch. Estimated cost would be $91,000. And it could begin in a couple years if we do get it raised. I believe if Brad can pull up for me maybe where Jason Doctors is, right there on the would be Meridian where it crosses. Yeah. Years ago there was some replaced. Through the Doctor's part is one of the worst parts. Like I said, it's going to be a big project. They have all kinds of water backing up. This whole area there on Doctor floods, some of it on Traber, some up there on the Dewey. So
It's been replaced on Traver, I believe. Is that right?
Possibly years ago. But we would start at the bottom, but it's going to take a while to get there. It's going to be quite some time. I'd like to see if we can do something possibly through Doctor's area to try to get some of the water moving, but I don't know.
That's all muck, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's not very deep and not much fall.
That's what,
There were trees through there and they replaced, at some point in time, they tried to go around it. It's just it's a whole mess through there.
Yeah.
It's not in good shape.
obviously, work needs to be done, but I want to make sure that it's good to the bottom side. We need to look at that and make sure that.
Yeah, that's where we're gonna start. We're gonna lower the pipe, upsize the pipe.
Okay.
And it's gonna take years before we can get to Doctor's area. So.
How big is it now? Where it starts?
I think it was a 24, if I remember right.
You think you'll start with 30 then?
I believe 30 or it was 36. No, start with 36. Yeah.
Boy, big. That's gonna cost some dollars.
Yep.
Good piece of money there.
So, like I said, the first phase would be almost $100,000. It doesn't get us very far.
So you're wanting to put a new piece through Doctors, is what you're thinking eventually?
Eventually, we'll get through there, but we're going to have to go do some work. I was out there last week and found some suck holes. They're just filled with crop trash. It's blocking some of them from the upper end. So we're gonna have to get out there and do at least get a couple. We might have to put in a few sections of pipe through him
Just to get it by.
just to keep it moving. I hate to throw good money away, but
Yeah. Okay, well, it looks like there's a need, and obviously the funds for that drain are not there currently, so. And just so we know, or so that we're clear, we're requesting to have a hearing, so the motion would be just to have a hearing on this drain, so.
and I guess we are asking for 40 and 200 is what we will ask for.
Well, I move that we go ahead and set it for hearing.
Second that.
It's been moved and seconded that we have a hearing on the 089-000B Cox J drain, and I believe that it's advertised at the $40 an acre rate, 200 minimum. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes.
The next one we'll be requesting to raise the assessment on will be the SCHRADER E 619-000B. Couple of property owners. One is Justin Alexander is requesting the last phase be replaced, heading through Mark Travert Sheldon property line. We would be replacing 1,650 foot of 24-inch. Estimated cost of $42,000. We'd be able to start in about 2.5 years. It still won't, right now it only collects 4,800. With our increase, it would collect 13,000. So we're just looking to raise that and continue on with the next phase.
We're starting at the bottom there. There's an open ditch at that.
Nope,
ditch
we
line.
already have,
We've already replaced it.
yep, we have already, well, get it pulled up here. So they're from Kaiser Road to the open ditch. There was an open ditch at one point. Years ago, a farmer had replaced, he filled the ditch in with a concrete tile. It handles everything. There's a kind of a catch basin right there at Kaiser Road. It goes under Kaiser Road and then connects to the tile. That all through there is good. It handles everything that comes to it now at this point. We just need to get the top end here. So we did the 1,600 foot in 21. And now we will start there on Alexander's property and go north.
So,
Or south, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
for the next phase, correct.
the north half is done. So we're
Yes.
just doing the south half.
Yep.
Okay,
I'd motion to approve.
the hearing?
Yeah, hearing on SCHRADER E 619-00B.
It's been moved and seconded that we go ahead and we send out for a hearing on the SCHRADER E drain at the $40 an acre and $200 minimum. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes.
And the next one requesting to raise assessment would be the SMITH-BRADEN number 2. Property Gary Lamley is requesting the tile be replaced up to State Road 14. Looks like 2,100 foot of 15-inch. We would be at about $35,000. Right now it's $350 an acre with a $5 minimum. Collects $557 a year. We're looking to go 40 and 200 and collecting $7,400 a year. We would start at the open ditch and go up to 14. I don't know that we would go across 14. We'll have to see what kind of shape the tile is underneath 14, but it takes a lot of work to get under 14. So if we don't need to, we'll just stop this side south of it.
We're looking at having a hearing on this one too, right?
Correct, yeah.
I'll move that we set a hearing for the proposed rate increase on the 644-002B Smith-Braden number 2.
Second that.
It's been moved and seconded that we have a hearing on the Smith-Braden number 2, and that it be advertised at the $40 per acre and the $200 minimum. All those in favor?
Aye.
And those opposed? Motion passes.
I believe that's all I have. I guess field work. I was out surveying on the Glick, which is out on Emmerich's property, Bowers, all that out there. Gonna get that, got it surveyed, that, the Glick and the Howenstein, so we'll get that ready here in the next few weeks to get ready to send out also, so we'll continue with that to get that one wrapped up. So other than that, that's all I have.
Did you hear from Joe Anderson?
I think he called in Friday afternoon when I was not here, but we
Okay.
had the information on our desk.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it on my desk this
He
morning.
was asking, do you think when you could get out there to look at it?
I can try to get out there this week.
Okay.
I was just trying, we had some good weather last week. I was trying to get the surveying done
Yep.
and yeah, I have a long list.
Yeah.
But yes, I'll get out there this week.
Okay. I told him I'd ask, so thank you.
Is there anything we haven't covered from the public? Is there anything else that anybody'd like to request or present?
You guys got your hands full. I had no idea that there was that much pipe in the county. That's
Yeah.
your manageable.
Yeah.
One of the big problems is that this tile's probably been in there for 100 years and it's just disintegrating,
It serves its
collapsing.
purpose and now
If we don't take care of it, then people are gonna have flooded basements and the crops aren't gonna be harvested and
It's
stuff.
like a human circulatory system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody else have anything else they want to bring up? Good, Rob, Brad, Mike,
No, I'm fine.
Dane, you good? Anybody on this side? Good. All right, well, meeting's adjourned.